Hello students. So NEET PG date has been announced. The exam is on 11th August. Okay, so we have around 35 to 36 days left with us. So depending upon when you are seeing this video, you might have different days available with you. But the exam is on 11th August. This we all know. So and today is 6th July. Maybe when I'm posting this video or when you are seeing this video, the date will be different. Right? Now, I have divided this 35 days into two sets of periods. So the last 10 days, we will do only theory. And in the first 25 days, we will revise the whole syllabus once. Now, in this video, I don't want to talk about the 1 month revision strategy because I've already done that in a previous video. You can check that out. I'll put it in the comment section and in the description. In this video, I want to talk about what is this standardized normalization ratio, because NBE in today's circular said that the exam on 11th August will be conducted in 2 shifts. So, and the scores of the 2 shifts, depending upon the difficulty levels of the shifts, will be normalized according to a standardized normalization ratio. Now, nothing has been mentioned regarding what the method of normalization is, but in my opinion, based upon what standard normalization practice is in the other exams, I want to talk about what this standardized normalization ratio formula is. And here to me in this video, listen to me in this video patiently as I talk about in detail how the difficulty level of the exam will change your final scores. Now, I'm sure a lot of students would be considering कि भाई ये standardized normalization है क्या, कहना क्या चाहता है NBE. So, two types of score. First of all, you have to first differentiate between. One is your raw score and the second is your normalized score. Now, what is the raw score? Raw score is the score which you actually get. So if you're scoring your total 200 questions, you've attempted, your correct questions are 160 for example, and the 40 questions are wrong, there is a 1/4 negative marking, so your final raw score will be 150 in this case, right? Now, the normalized score is different from your raw score. Now, the normalized score depends upon the paper difficulty. Now, how is this normalized, first of all? Okay, so I'll consider two scenarios. The exam is in 2 shifts, so we have only 2 shifts with us. The first scenario, the shift 1 is easy and the shift 2 is hard, and vice versa in the second scenario. Now let's first see what is the formula for normalization. Now this is a paper that I got from the staff selection committee in the Ministry of Personal Public Grievances and Pensions, which again hold exams in around 40-50 shifts across India to select candidates, right? So here also the exams is conducted in various shifts, and the final score is calculated based upon this formula. Okay, based upon this formula. Now, what is this formula? It is a very complicated formula, but the ministry has, tried to simplify it as best as they can. So they have clearly mentioned what each and every component of it means. You can go through it on your own, but I'll tell you for the sake of time management and the sake of easy understanding what each and every term means. Now, the thing that I've highlighted in yellow, this is your normalized marks. These are your normalized marks. Okay, the final marks that will be used for calculating your rank and for counseling purposes. Now, how is this normalized marks calculated? So MIJ, this term is your actual marks. MIJ is your actual marks, the actual marks obtained by the jth candidate in the ith shift. So there are 2 shifts. So ith shift का मतलब नहीं है the first shift या फिर second shift, and jth candidate मतलब 100th हो सकता है, 200th हो सकता है, 250th candidate हो सकता है. So MIJ is your actual marks. This is your actual marks. Now, what do the other terms mean? Now, what is MIQ? MIQ is your mean marks of your shift. So, for example, you were in the first shift. What is the mean marks of the candidates in your first shift? So, for example, one student got 150, another 145, another 155, another 160, so on and so forth. So, in your shift, what was the mean marks of all the candidates in your shift? Okay, so this is one variable that we get, your actual marks subtracted by the mean marks in your shift. Now this is multiplied by this thing. Now what is this thing? In the numerator of this, we have MGT and MGQ. Now the first thing, MGT, is the mean marks of the top 1% of all shifts. So there are 2 shifts, so both the shifts, the top 1% candidates, what were their mean marks. Now this will be higher, ठीक है, the top 1% candidates will score a little higher, ठीक है, and it is subtracted by this MGQ if the average marks of students of all shifts, ठीक है, so both 1 and 2 shift, basically the average marks of candidates in the entire exam, ठीक है, so we are subtracting the top 1% candidates का mean marks with the average marks of all the candidates, and divided by it is the MTI. This is also the top 1% marks of students in your shift, and this MIQ is the mean marks of students in your shift, So let's first assume a scenario in which the second shift is tougher, and the first shift is easy. I've taken the second shift as the marks. Now if the second shift is tough, hear to me very carefully, listen to me very carefully, if the second shift is tough, okay, in that shift the average marks will be lower, okay. If the second shift is tougher, for example, the average marks of students in that shift was around 150 and easier shift में students के 160 थे, so second shift के average marks हुए 140 and उस shift के top 1% candidates के क्या marks हुए, maybe उसके 150 160 होंगे, तो एक denominator ये रहा, but क्योंकि second shift was tough, the overall exam average will be higher than this shift average, correct? Since the second shift was tougher, its average was lower, but it will be lower than the overall exam ka average. So the above numerator in that case, MGT was the top 1% marks of the average marks of top 1% students of the entire exam. So this will also be higher, this will be higher, and the numerator will be more than the denominator. So this will be more than 1. This will be more than 1 in this case, and if we multiply it with your score, the final score will have bonus marks more, right? Now this MGMQ, this is actually a fixed number. I've not explained what MGMQ means. You can read it up. Basically it means कि दो शिफ्ट में से जिस शिफ्ट के स्टूडेंट्स के ज्यादा मीन नंबर थे उनको फाइनली हम ऐड कर देंगे उनके मीन को. So mota what we can assume that this is a constant for both the shift, right? It will be added only. So first of all, that doesn't mean कि अगर किसी सेकंड शिफ्ट में एवरेज स्कोर 160 था तो अब स्टूडेंट्स का नॉर्मलाइज होके 150 हो जाएगा. नो, the normalized score for all the students will be higher than their raw score. This is a fact. The normalized score for all the students will be higher than their actual score. But for students who are attempting a tougher shift, a tougher exam, their bonus marks will be more. Why? Because of this formula. Why? Because of this formula. That is precisely why I'm telling you this. बिकॉज उनके केसेस में, टफर शिफ्ट के केसेस में उनके एवरेज स्कोर्स कम हो जाएंगे तो डिनोमिनेटर कम हो जाएगा. हेंस दिस विल बी अ पॉजिटिव मोर देन 1 वैल्यू एंड इट विल add on to your actual score. It will multiply with your actual score, hence your actual score will be much more. Compare it with an easy shift. Let's say that it is an easy shift. ठीक है, तो जो आपके एवरेज स्कोर्स होंगे और आपकी शिफ्ट में टॉप 1% स्टूडेंट्स के एवरेज स्कोर होंगे वो ज्यादा होंगे. इजी शिफ्ट थी क्योंकि आपकी. बट जो ओवरऑल एग्जाम का एवरेज स्कोर था और ओवरऑल एग्जाम के टॉप 1% स्टूडेंट्स का जो स्कोर था वो कम होगा आपकी शिफ्ट से क्योंकि आपकी शिफ्ट इजी थी. तो ये वाला टोटल कंपोनेंट विल बी लेस देन 1. ठीक है, एंड हेंस योर स्कोर के साथ जो मल्टीप्लाई किया जाएगा वो थोड़ा कम आएगा फिर. एंड उसमें तो हम कुछ ऐड ही कर रहे हैं, उसमें फाइनली तो हम कुछ ऐड ही कर रहे हैं. तो आपका जो बोनस मार्क्स मिलेंगे वो कम मिलेंगे एज कंपेयर टू स्टूडेंट हु हैज गॉटन अ टफर शिफ्ट. So just to simplify this one more time, in a tough exam, in a difficult paper, you'll get more marks in normalization. In a moderate paper, you'll get moderate around 20 to 30 marks in more normalization. And an easy paper, only 10 to 12 marks in normalization, less marks in normalization. Now this 40, 20 to 30, 10 to 12 is just a figure to help you understand actual पेपर में कितना मिलेगा वो अलग होगा. बट इन अ डिफिकल्ट पेपर, क्योंकि आपकी डिफिकल्टी लेवल ज़्यादा है, नॉर्मलाइजेशन की वजह से आपको ज़्यादा मार्क्स मिलेंगे. नाउ क्या ये फेयर है? दिस इज़ 110% फेयर. दिस इज़ 110% फेयर, बिकॉज जिसको टफर एग्जाम मिला है उसके रॉ स्कोर्स ऑब्वियसली कम ही होंगे ना आपसे. उसके रॉ स्कोर्स कम होंगे एज कंपेयर टू द एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स. So they should get more marks in normalization, and this is the world over formula which is followed for normalization to make the exam fair. So for example, किसी के मॉडरेट पेपर आया, उसके रॉ स्कोर थे 160, नॉर्मलाइज होके 190 हो गए. बट अगर किसी का बहुत ही आसान पेपर आया, भले ही उसके रॉ स्कोर ज़्यादा थे, 164 थे, हो सकता है उसके नॉर्मलाइज्ड होके 176 ही बने. ठीक है, 176 ही बने. सो इफ यू हैव एन इजी शिफ्ट, यू हैव टू स्कोर हाई रॉ मार्क्स. आपको रॉ मार्क्स हाई स्कोर करने ही पड़ेंगे. यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू डू सिली मिस्टेक्स. यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू गेट योर PYQs रॉन्ग इन सच एन ईजी पेपर. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज देर इज नो स्कोप फॉर एरर. Normalization will not help you. Whereas if it is a difficult shift, normalization will have a very good advantage to you, given that you get a decent raw score. decent raw score, ये नहीं कि आपके raw score बहुत ही कम है, because अगर आपके raw score बहुत ही कम हो गए, ठीक है, तो ये वाला जो डिफरेंस होगा ये नेगेटिव में चला जाएगा. ठीक है, तो आपके तब भी स्कोर कम हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, सो अगर आपका इजी पेपर है तो आपको अच्छा स्कोर करना ही पड़ेगा, तभी आप रेस में रहोगे. डिफिकल्ट पेपर आया तो डोंट काउंट योर सेल्फ आउट ऑफ द रेस. यू आर वेरी मच इन द रेस. जस्ट गेट अ डिसेंट स्कोर. डोंट गेट योर PYQs रॉन्ग. सिली मिस्टेक्स नहीं करनी है. टफ क्वेश्चन है, छोड़ दो टफ पेपर में, बट सिली मिस्टेक्स और इजी क्वेश्चन गलत नहीं कर रहे हैं. डिसेंट रॉ स्कोर आ जाएगा, तब भी टॉप रैंक आएगी डिफिकल्ट पेपर में. मॉडरेट शिफ्ट एक्चुअली इज द बेस्ट. दैट इज बाय एवरी टीचर टेल्स की थोड़ा मॉडरेट पेपर आना चाहिए. इजी पेपर आता है ना तो बहुत बुरा होता है. मॉडरेट पेपर होगा तो नॉर्मलाइजेशन का भी हेल्प मिलेगा, और रॉ स्कोर भी आपके अच्छे, मतलब रॉ स्कोर तो ठीक ठाक लाने ही पड़ेंगे आपको, बट तब भी आपको नॉर्मलाइजेशन का मेथड एडवांटेज मिलेगा. सो जिन स्टूडेंट्स के कंसेप्ट अच्छे हैं, दे हैव प्रिपेयर्ड वेल, दे विल सक्सेसफुली हैंडल अ मॉडरेट शिफ्ट पेपर एंड दे रियली स्कोर वेल. ठीक है, सो मोटा मोटा, even if you don't understand anything what I've told you, because it is a very very complicated process, normalization is a complicated process, just make sure it doesn't matter आपका टफ आया इजी पेपर आया. अगर इजी पेपर आया तो भाई अटेम्प्ट हाई ही करना है. यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट 195 प्लस इन एन ईजी पेपर, एंड सिली मिस्टेक्स नहीं करनी है. अगर टफ पेपर आता है तो आई वुड से 180 प्लस टारगेट करो करेक्ट करना, एंड इजी क्वेश्चंस बिल्कुल नहीं गलत करने हैं. सिली मिस्टेक्स नहीं करनी है उसमें. बहुत टफ क्वेश्चन आते हैं, यू कैन लीव इट इन अ टफ पेपर. सो दैट इज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू.